Okay, well, it's just after the top of the hour. We still have a few folks joining us, so welcome to all of the users that are just coming in, but I think we should get rolling. So I wanted to introduce myself and what we're going to be talking about today. I am Marilyn Wilson, the president of RE Technology, as well as the managing partner for Wave Group. And for those of you from the MLS side of the house, you may have seen me postulate once or twice about how MLSs can be excellent. And this tool is something that's relatively new to the system that continually is getting innovative. And actually, it's not a tool, it's a suite of tools, which is great. So we've got Michael Costanza with us today. He's the product owner for VESTAPLUS. We've got Ren, who is the marketing genius behind a lot of this. And then Annie Ives, who many of you might know, who's the CEO of VESTAPLUS as well as MLS Class. So she's a very progressive and aggressive MLS leader who knows how to make it happen when it comes to satisfying her customer base. So VESTAPLUS has been around for a few years. I'm going to let them tell you all the story, but there's a few things that I think are pretty neat about it. First of all, I love that you guys are here today because we all know that continually doing your due diligence and research on what's coming next is really a key part about leading MLSs effectively, and particularly looking for those that really understand this space, that are very excited and committed and passionate about making sure they're actively listening and responding to what real practitioners need. So you're going to hear, this is not a group of geeks that sit in a corner and say, oh, we think this will be cool, but they've never sold an ounce of real estate in their life. These are people that understand, but importantly, grab information, consistently ingest information from those people that are out there doing business, because they're the ones that matter, right? And obviously an MLS system, and you'll see this is a suite, it's not just that. They've incorporated all kinds of things which can not only make it easier for people to operate, but actually to save the MLS money because it's all incorporated in one system. It's just a really neat program. So whether or not you're in the market today to buy a new system, whether you're here just to make sure that you're in tune and current with what's going on, we're super excited to have you here today. And I think it's a pretty neat tool. And obviously we know MLS systems and many of the tools that are baked into this are the core value proposition that MLSs deliver, right? So if you've got a system where people are complaining a lot, or worse yet, they're asking for changes and things aren't happening as fast as they need them to, obviously this market is changing by the second. Every day we turn around, there's some big change happening. This is a group that knows how to listen and respond in almost real time. So with that, I will stop jabbering, Michael, and why don't you take it away and let's show us the cool stuff you've got.
Thank you so much, Marilyn. Thank you for the welcome, and thank you everyone for joining us today. My name is Ren, I'm the head of marketing, and I'm very excited to be here today alongside our CEO, Annie Ives, and our product owner, Michael Costanza. So I'd like to begin by telling you a little bit about us. We are a boutique organization delivering powerful, versatile, and easy to use software solutions. We like to say that we're built by realtors, for realtors. We're proactive, customer focused, and user experience driven. We work very closely with realtors to identify their needs, move fast to deliver comprehensive solutions, and fix issues as soon as they arise. We offer fully customizable MLS solutions, unparalleled responsiveness, first-class customer support, deep third-party integrations, hassle-free and cost-effective data shares. We are RETS and API RESO Platinum certified, and we service thousands and thousands of agents. We have an extensive team of developers, QA analysts, network administrators, help desk technicians, and more. In short, we have a robust team, but when we work with you, we become an extension of your team. And we offer, as Marilyn mentioned, we offer a full suite of software solutions. With VESTAPLUS MLS software, we have single sign-on, we have an input module, listing search, reports, search management tool, contacts. We have our Checkmate listing data checker, and much, much more. We also have Neighborhood Snapshot, which is our powerful market analytics and reporting tool. And we have Showings Plus, which is our showing, scheduling, and management tool. Now, both of these are fully integrated into VESTAPLUS. However, they're also standalone tools that can be integrated into any MLS software. And we also understand that there are a lot of considerations when selecting an MLS software, which is why we emphasize a seamless transition. We offer rapid onboarding, first-class customer service, personalized training, and 7 days a week customer support. Our focus is on you, for realtors, by realtors. And this is why we're winners of the 2020 HousingWire Tech 100. Now, without much further ado, I'd like to hand it over to Michael so he could show you the system.
Thank you, Ren. I hope everyone can hear me clearly. I'm Michael Costanza. I'm a product owner with VESTAPLUS. I've been working in the real estate industry for over 15 years, so I'm quite knowledgeable on anything related in the real estate or software technology. So to begin, we're going to start off with when an agent or broker logs into our system. They're going to be presented what we call our member dashboard. From a member dashboard, agents, brokers, appraisers, or any real estate specialist is going to have access to a slew of widgets. These widgets will provide insight as to what's going on in the market on a day-to-day basis. So right when they log in, at a quick glance, they can kind of look and see and keep an eye on everything related in real estate. But to start off, we also have a quick search, and our quick search was developed by agents and brokers, and we have some neat tools within the quick search that are really specific. But to get started, all you'd have to do is you type in a number or a letter, and you'll start to see suggestions. Now, if your MLS market deals with areas, we have extensive knowledge in areas. If your market does subdivisions, we also have extensive knowledge in setting up subdivisions. We also offer zip code, street, and address. So as you type, you're going to start to see suggestions change, and it's all based on what you're typing. Now, one thing that we did with agents, they called me up and they said, "Hey, Michael, you know, I love the quick search, but every time I use the quick search, I sometimes forget the number of the address of the house. I know that it's on this certain street, but I forgot the number. Is there a way that you can make the quick search just show me all the listings on the street?" So what we did is we programmed our quick search to give you a suggestion down here that says view all listings with the street name 12th Street. This will provide all of the listings in our system that are on 12th Street. So agents don't need to really know the exact address. They may have forgotten, but this was a suggestion, and we got a lot of great feedback from this, but we were happy to do this for that agent and those agents that requested it. Our quick search also supports residential and commercial. And another thing about our suggestions down here is that when you type in an address, a lot of agents want to see the active first. So there is a priority based right here that when you're looking at listings or you're getting suggestions, you're always going to see the active first. And essentially that's our quick search. Now I'll go through the widgets. The widgets are all customizable. You can move them around, drag and drop them. You can define what widgets you want to have enabled on the dashboard by either checking them on or off. And you can edit the layout. Some computers have a smaller monitor. Maybe you want 2 columns, 3 columns, or 1 column, but you can kind of customize the member dashboard. From here, I'll start with our Showings Plus. This is one of our newest tools. This is our scheduling software. I will show more in-depth view of this, but essentially this is where you're going to keep track of showing requests or showings that you've requested, but basically it's our Showing Plus. It's our scheduling software, and we're very happy to announce that this is one of our newer products. Next up is our listed properties. This is all the properties that you've entered into the MLS. So this keeps track of your active listings, expired, maybe some incomplete. We also do offer reverse prospecting. So our reverse prospecting tool allows agents that have a listing to kind of reverse prospect on saved searches, giving agents or listing agents an idea of how many agents actually qualify or have a saved search that matches their listing. So this is a great new tool. Next up is our client and email text. This is one of our newer features. It's a tool that keeps track of all of your emails, texts, and auto notifications. So each day an agent can come in and they can see everything they want when it comes to what was sent out to their agents or to their clients, and they get an idea of what's going on. But this is a great tool. A lot of people are using it, and it's effective because agents sometimes, did that person get that notification? And right from here, they can see, oh, it did. It went to Michael on November 3rd, and that was for this save search. So it's a great new tool. Next up is our listing search widget. Our listing search supports a variety of input forms. We have a cross-property, single-family, condo, income, land, lease, manufactured, and we also have a privacy property type that we introduced for an MLS that requested that. Next up is our neighborhood snapshot. So if you're one of those MLSs out there that's paying money for an extra third-party tool to give you statistical reports, we would recommend that you take a look at the neighborhood snapshot. This is included in the VESTAPLUS suite. So if you want to reduce costs, I would suggest that you look at our software, because this comes part of the package of VESTAPLUS. So you can maybe cut costs. But this is our statistical tool, and I'll go in a little more detail in a little bit about what you can do, but it's basically you can set up a snapshot or a trend line report. It's been a great tool. A lot of agents really enjoy this tool. Next up is our quick links. If your MLS needs to program links to go to certain sites, we can customize this for you. We also have access to single sign-on parties such as Cloud CMA or any other third-party product that's out there in the market. You'll be able to plug that into our quick links, and we'll sign you on, and you'll go right to that website. Next up is our 24-hour market watch. This keeps track of the market over a 24-hour span. It's completely customizable. It does support residential and commercial. So you can just hit the pencil here, and then you can customize it for specific areas, or maybe you just want to look at single family or condo, you can set that up. But this is at a glance, you'll be able to see what's going on with the market. Next up is our saved search module. Now we're using Elastic technology, which allows us to, provide counts on saved searches dynamically. So when you look at this widget, you're seeing the most recent totals, what's new since the last time you viewed it. But one important thing that we do that's different from what you might see out there in the other systems is that we display the total counts without having to click a button. A lot of the other systems that you may see, you'll have to click a button to run that report. We're updating the totals all the time in real time, so that you don't have to click that button, and at a glance, you can easily get an eye on what's going on with your saved searches. Next up is our contacts module. This is where you'll add contacts, and it has a dynamic kind of way of organizing itself. So I've had agents come up to me and said, hey, Michael, I don't really, I work with a lot of carts, and I want to add things to their cart. Can you make those clients appear at the top of the list in the contacts module? So we did that. We took that advice, and we made this priority come, with that. So if I add listings to the cart, that person's at the top. However, if I'm using the client communication tool, what we call our client dashboard, and I have clients accessing the client dashboard, they're going to appear at the top. So this widget right here is programmed to display the most relevant and useful information for agents and brokers or whoever's using this to always keep an eye on what's going on with their clients.
So this is like helping because if people got hundreds, some people have thousands of clients in there. How do you keep track? This is helping you prioritize. You just go in there and it's like active, call, right? Or email or whatever, instead of having to dig through thousands and thousands of records that most people don't have time to do. That's awesome.
And that's the idea. And like I said, some people don't use the client communication tool. They're adding listings to the cart, and they're going through and they're adding lots and lots of listings to lots of contacts. And now they can come back here and they say, hey, oh, Michael, Patricia, Daniel are the people I added listings to their cart. So again, we listened to the agents and brokers that wanted this feature, and we did it. Next up is our public records report, where you can search APN, address, or owner information. Our listing search does support hot sheets. So we keep track of all your hot sheets, so you can easily run a hot sheet from here. And then with the MLS Claw, they have a magazine. We were able to program VESTAPLUS to accommodate their magazine and to create tools for them so that they could promote their magazine. And lastly is your membership info on there as well. Now, with every great MLS system, it all starts with an input module. And I'm happy to announce that we released our input module about a year and a half ago, 2 years ago, and it's a state-of-the-art input module. So to access that, you come to My Listed Properties and you'll hit go to the input module. And from here, you're going to come to what we call our input dashboard. Now, this dashboard was built by agents, NOAs, and brokers. Now, we took a lot of time working with our UX team, with the office admins and listing agents, and everybody that's related to entering listings into an MLS system. And what we did extensive interviews asking them what they want. And some of the bigger brokerages or OAs that have to deal with a lot of inventory, they wanted these filters here where they could filter and reduce the amount of listings that they're working on or managing. So this was definitely one of the key features we did. They also have complete and incomplete. A lot of OAs ask that, hey, keep track of our incomplete listings and also our expiring listings. Our input module works with residential and commercial. And now when you have your listings entered into the system, you're going to appear down here in this grid format. You'll be able to scroll each column, giving you different information. These columns were defined by agents and brokers, and we've come up with this system here. Now, if I wanted to edit the photos, I could quickly edit the photos, I could edit the status, and I could edit the price, all from the dashboard itself. Each listing also has a more actions button where you can essentially do reverse prospecting. That's what I had mentioned before, where we're matching save searches to your listing, and you can kind of reach out to those agents. It's a great new tool. We also have social media campaigns that are supported by HomeSnap, where you can generate social media campaigns. You can create an open house. Our system, VESTAPLUS, comes with its own click counter report. You can create MLS flyers, and we do have integration with Cloud CMA if you like. And again, here's that showing plus. This is that scheduling software. So if you're that MLS out there that's spending money on a third-party product for scheduling showings, with VESTAPLUS, we offer that part of the suite. So, and I'll get into that in a second here. But in order to start a listing, all you have to do is hit create listing. And what you'll do is you'll be taken to our creation setup page. And from here, you'll be able to select single family, condo, income, any kind of property type you like. And once you select that, you'll then come into our next screen, which is our APN or address search. In this example, I'm going to do an easy kind of search for an address. And what it's going to do is it's going to find in public records that APN number. And once it finds that APN number, you can select that, and then you'll come to our public record review. And from here, we know that a lot of agents may be looking at the house and they know that public records might have the total bedrooms as 2, but that the owner of that house, modified that house to have 3. We allow you to update that public record information or that listing to say 3. So it's just a nice feature. It's our public records review. It's a way to kind of look and see what's in public records and what you're going to be entering on the listing. Next up is
Michael, can I ask you a quick question about that? With
Yeah.
the public records, can that data be integrated from different tools? Like, is this coming from Realist or?
Yeah,
what?
so this is coming from Realist, but we're able to integrate this with any kind of public records data that your MLS is working with or whatever
It's agnostic. It can be whatever. If you've got your own public records, or if there's something regional or whatever, any of them can be ingested the same way.
For sure, for sure. And we can customize this. If there's different fields, but it's all like customizable for what your data supports. All right, so next up is our pin location. So again, talking to a lot of agents over time, a lot of the agents said, hey, Michael, this listing, it's geolocated incorrectly. The front door is actually on this street, not this street. And my agent or clients are getting confused. Can you allow us to move the pin? So what we do in our system is we do this final check here for geolocation so that agents can relocate to get that front door and get the street correct. So once you've set up in that 3-step process, once you've set that up, we're going to take you into the actual input module. Now, our input module, like I had mentioned before, was heavily designed with OAs, listing agents, and brokers in mind. We did extensive interviews, and what we determined is this kind of format where we have our listing information, our contact info, showings, photos, and documents. And then in each section here, you have a subcategory. Now, this subcategory was designed with agents, and we structured it so that all of the values and stuff that relate to land and lot, interior features, is all in this place. And this was suggested by the agents through interviews that we've done.
So you don't have to
Okay.
scroll and scroll and scroll like you do in some other systems to find something.
You don't have to do that at all. And in
Gotcha.
addition, we also have what we wanted to do is required items. So if I wanted to just come in and quickly go to a required field, I could just come in here, click this, or I could go to fireplaces and click this. And within a matter of a few minutes, I could fill up all of the input module and, get this listing out there if I needed to. And if you notice, we automatically save that too. So all of the stuff that you're doing in this incomplete listing at this time is being saved. You can also preview it at any time. But basically, we're really happy with the input module. A lot of agents do like the required field. They like the way that this is laid out. And the way that we organize this is you're going to see its repetition in the listing search and in the reports. So the same kind of subcategories we have here, you're going to see that on the listing search, and you're also going to see that on the reports. Now, when it comes to showings, we have our scheduling software, which is Enable Showings Plus. So when you enable this, what you're going to do is we're going to put a big square on the agent detail and on the showing report. And what other agents are going to be able to do is click that, and they're going to be able to set up a scheduling. I'll show you how that works. But when you have this on and people schedule showings, you're going to have your calendar feature. This is that widget that's on the dashboard, and you're going to have a calendar. And what it's going to keep track of is pending showing request, proposed request, or confirm request. So at a glance here, I have a confirmed showing on October 13th. I had a pending request on October 14th, but this is our solution to scheduling a showing. So it's our newest product out there. A lot of agents are really enjoying it. And essentially, if we are sending our showing information to other third-party products out there on the market. So if they're not using Showing Plus, we're still submitting that to other products out there.
That's awesome. And is this mobile responsive too? Because a lot of people are in the car when they're doing this stuff.
Yes, it's totally responsive, and so yes, it is. Okay, and then my listings here is where you can kind of organize and control your listings in here. So what we have is this feedback section. So if you're scheduling a showing and you want to get feedback, you're able to get feedback on the showing that you just did. And this might be a way for you to improve your showing by having a feedback. But you can turn this option on and off. You don't have to have it, but it's one of the nicer features that we have. And then finally, if you want to search for showings, you can search by address or MLS number. Okay, so that's our input module. Our input module is also supported with our listing data checker, where if you're looking for, checking listings, we have a fully functional tool that can check all of your data based on the rules that you have set up for your listings. So we do offer that part of the VESTAPLUS suite. So if you're looking for, data checker for your compliance team, we can, configure it to work with your data as well. All right. Any questions on the input or data checker? No,
but I did want to make a point about this. And I was going to stop you, Ren, when you said it this morning or at the beginning, because I think it's kind of amazing. So if I counted right, you do SSO, which people buy separately. You do listing data checker, which people buy separately. You do showings, which people buy separately. You do market stats, which people buy separately. And I missed one. There's one other thing I think that you do that people buy separately, right? So all of this is included. And what's not only do you not have to buy it, which is great for budgets, but it's so much, it's completely seamless to the agent, right? They don't have to bounce in and out of systems to do this stuff. I don't know. I think it's pretty cool. And again, cost effective, which is great too. Everybody likes that.
All right. Thank you. So next up is I'm going to take you on a little tour of our listing search. Our listing search was again developed by agents. And again, here are those containers I had mentioned. So you can see that this organization here is the same that's in the input module. When you look at your listing info, what we did is we really wanted to make it seamless because agents, they're really busy. They have a lot on their mind, and what they don't want to do is have to find and search for information. So we've really made it easy that the listing input will match the listing search, and then I'll show you in the reports, we have all the same organized information. But we have a variety of things that you can do in our listing search. You can access different input forms. You can customize and make your own input form if you like. You can create as many as you like for each different property type. When you want to run a search, all you have to do is you hit active, or any kind of the status that you want, and then you can hit single family. And as you can see, it does counts dynamically. So we're always giving you up to the minute counts. So it's really robust in that fashion. Next up is you can enter in an area, and this one I'll do downtown. Whoops, let's see.
And if you're in a market that doesn't have area or has gotten rid of area, because that's a very politically contentious issue, can you turn that off?
Yes, that's like I said, this is completely customizable for the user. In addition, for any MLS or anything that when we work with different MLSs, if they want a completely different input form laid out completely different, we can customize it to your data. We've had some clients that said, you know, we want property subtype at the top of all of our input forms. So we were able to accommodate that association by doing that. Okay, so down here, yes, we do area, zip code, but we'll just kind of type in some different areas. We'll look at some maybe Venice, and then you'll see that we're running a search here. You're going to get some listings on the map. Give me a second here. And as you can see, we're searching using the criteria. Again, you can apply different criteria. When you've applied criteria, we put a little green indicator there showing you that, you know, not to get lost. And then you can add in different criteria if you like. Okay, so that's one way to search. Another great way to search is our location and radius search. So all you have to do is come up here and we'll type in an address. Give it a second. So once I find that address, it's going to place the pin on the map. Let's see here. Let me refresh this. My connection, I think, might be getting slow.
That's how it always works when you do demos, Michael. Everything works perfectly until you turn it on. It's just how the internet goblins come after you.
So yeah, that's what happens. So anyways, I put in an address here, and as you can see, it placed the pin here. One cool feature we did that was recommended by agents is they wanted to be able to draw a radius search so that they could find those comps real fast. And what we did is you can just hit in active and sold, and now you're going to see all the comps that are based on that property. You can kind of nail it down. Maybe you need to put single family to get less results. But again, this is another way to search. It's a quick way to develop comps. You can also save the search based on a radius search, but any of the ways that I've shown you how to search, you'll be able to save that search, and I'll go through the save search form in a second here. Another cool tool we have is our search visible map, where you can just kind of add some criteria, and then you can kind of pan the map, zoom in, and you can kind of like navigate around. The pins will show up on the map. One cool feature that I really like is in our listing search, it's just not a tool to find listings, it's a research tool. And what we've done is when you start to combine two features together, so I have search visible map on, and now I'm going to put like the school information on. So I can click on a school pin, and then I can search just that school zone. So in our area, and probably in most areas, like school information is kind of important for home buyers. They want to buy a home that, you know, they can send their kid to that school. With our system, when you combine two features together, we're making it very easy for you to find those listings as well. And that's our explore feature, which has other options, but basically a lot of people like that school rating where they can just kind of search by the home. Next up is our drawing tools. Come with a freehand draw, a rectangle, circle, and polygon. All of your saved shapes are stored here, so you can easily load or delete your saved shapes. Another very nice feature that we have is our layered search here. Our layered search, it allows for you to search by layer or area or subdivision. So in this example, I'm going to turn on our areas. I'm going to zoom in, and we can customize this map overlay to work with your data. So if it's subdivisions, areas, or it's just zip codes, we support it all. But basically,
we just got a question about that, Michael. Tiffany asked, do you offer parcel mapping, and is it included in the base pricing or an additional cost?
So we have a parcel, we support APN, zoning, owner name, last market sale, year built, sale date, value, and building square foot, and sale price. If there's some parcel information, I could research that and get back to you on, you know, what we can support. But our system is flexible enough to integrate all of that. I just would have to find out, you know, a
that's
more.
Like what you do include, like what does that one say? Last market sale or building square footage. So if someone says my house needs to be at least 3,000 square feet, you can search by that.
This is just an overlay right now. So
Oh, okay, got
you'd have
it.
to use the search form over here to do building square foot, but you would definitely be able to see building square foot for different parcels when you're zoomed in on the map. So when you zoom in and you put the zoning information, you'll see that. You can also use the identifier. So if you zoom in and you're interested on maybe the boundary or the area, you can use this public records, kind of what we call our identifier tool, which allows you to kind of look at a listing and you're seeing public record information. So that's what we do with that. All right. Okay, so next up, yeah, question?
Nope.
Okay, so next up is I kind of wanted to show you a feature that I really enjoy showing everyone is the ability of our share technology. Now, our share technology is quite powerful because what we did is it's different than what you'll see on a lot of different MLSs out there. When you're looking at listings like this, you're going to select your listings and you're going to hit email and you're going to go to a different screen. And what a lot of agents came up to me and said, hey, Michael, you know, I am having a hard time. I forgot the address. I forgot something on that listing. Can you do something that makes it easy for me to look at the listing detail or look at the map and formulate an email? And with that request, what we were able to build is our share tool. Our share tool allows you to kind of move the map around. You can kind of highlight the text. So if I'm looking at here and I want to, you know, send this listing or information to my client, I can easily formulate an email. We also allow for you to check the listing so you can store the listing. And if you were to go to your reports module, which is now the reports module, and you're looking at different reports, you could add those to the queue. You could look at your agent detail. A lot of other requests have been, Michael, I want to add the directions when I send this email, and I want to put the address and the directions. So what you can do is you can select that. It gets added to the queue. From here, I can select any different reports I want. We allow all different reports to be shared.
Nice.
But this is a great tool because it does allow agents to really formulate and construct the email that they want to send to that client. And again, this has been a game changer. We've had 0 complaints on, you know, this feature. Just that if you look at the other products out there, they're always taking you to a separate screen, and agents have complained
It's
to
so much
us.
easier. I agree.
Yeah.
And one thing while you're here, can you point out the fact of how darn long those remarks are and why they're like that? We just love that.
Yeah. So, you know, we used to limit it to 500 remarks. Then it went up to 750 remarks, and I think now it's at 2,000 remarks. Agents have a lot to say, so you know we've customized it to, you know, add in as many remarks as they want. But basically, we can configure it for your MLS to do whatever you like. If you want less remarks or more remarks or whatever you want on the input module, we kind of support. But that's kind of the history here. We did limit it before. Got a lot of people asking, "Hey, can I add more?" Agents have a lot to say.
Especially if they have higher end listings. So the house that costs $842 per square foot, that's a lot. You better promote the heck out of that thing, right? That's expensive. So we've seen too that agents that, you know, focus on the higher end parts of their market really love the fact that you can talk about the built-in wine bar and all the, you know, the pool with the special whatever, all that stuff. It's really cool.
Yeah, so I mean, here's some more listings that are not quite $3 million, but you know, they're there. Okay, so back to the reports module. In our reports module, from here, we've integrated with Cloud CMA. So if there's a third-party tool that you're using, we can integrate from the reports module where you can select and we can send the MLS numbers to Cloud CMA. We also, again, the share tool is here. We also offer driving directions, and we also offer kind of our statistics here. If you want to get market statistics or, you know, detailed statistics, we can get that here. This is a little different than our neighborhood snapshot. This is kind of more of just number crunching. The neighborhood snapshot is built for agents to provide to their clients, whether they're buying or selling a house. And I'll get to that in a little bit, but this is our reports module. And from here, you can save a search. So you can put in your search name, email, you can save it for yourself or for a contact. You can enable notifications. And from this screen, you can also turn on or off reverse prospecting. Some agents don't want to be part of the reverse prospecting, some do, but we allow you to turn it on and off. And then you can save it. We also offer additional settings. In our client communication tool, we've had a lot of agents that say, you know, I want to do all the searching for my client. Then I've talked to other agents that say, hey, I want to do I want my clients to search. I don't want them to search on those public sites. I want them to search the MLS database. So what you can do is when you set up an auto notify and you set them up with a client dashboard, you can enable a client search for them. And I'll show you what the client dashboard looks like. Now, when it comes to managing your saved searches, we have a very cool tool, which is our searches dropdown, which keeps track of your recent searches. So at any time, if you ran a search and you're like, oh, what was that? I wanted to save that search. You come back to your recent searches, you can load that search, and then you can save it. We also keep track of your saved searches and your saved hot sheets. Now, when you want to view all of those together, we'll jump over to our search management tool. And we have a couple really nice features in our search management tool. And our search management tool is not like any other on the market. Ours is very, very awesome because it gives you everything that you need right from a glance. If you look at some of those other systems out there, you're going to have a list of just the name of the saved search, and then you'll click it, you'll get a modal window, and then you'll have to hit a button to get the counts. With our search management tool, you're always getting the total and the new activity. And we also have a very, very friendly feature where I can look in the last 24 hours, last 7 days, or last 30 days. I haven't, I'm still on this screen, so I could come down, I could go again, maybe the last 3 days. Maybe I want to make some moves on these listings here. But again, this is a really robust kind of feature. It's really quick and easy to use. You also have your recent searches. Like I said, you can run recent searches. You have your saved hot sheets. And then back to your saved searches though, I wanted to kind of touch over here. Over here is our client dashboard. And over here, you'll have your contact. So if I have associated this saved search to a contact, they're going to have a client dashboard. And as you can see, they're either active, pending, or not invited. So you don't need to invite people to the dashboard, but if you do and they accept, then they'll become active. Now, let's take a look at what the dashboard looks like. So once you've set up the saved search and you've set up your client with the client dashboard, they're going to see a view like this. And in this view right now, I'm on the agent side, but my client is seeing the same exact thing I'm seeing here. So it's a very easy way for me to communicate with my client about listings that are coming in from the saved search that they've set up. But one very nice thing that we have is our most viewed. Our most viewed keeps track of all of the activity that your client does when they're in the dashboard. So in this example here, we can see that my clients looked at the Santa Monica listing 6 times. And the last time he looked at it was on November 1st at 12:27 p.m. That's pretty important because if you looked at some of the other systems with their tracking, they might not give you the time and the date that person, they might say, oh, that person looked at a listing, but we're really giving you the details here. And in addition, we also give you an expand view where you can easily see the listing agent information. But when your client is looking at them, they're only seeing just the picture and just the remarks and the MLS number. They're not seeing that important agent information. That's only for the agent view.
Question for you, Michael, on that one called notes. If you go back up to the top of your list. So are those notes something that either the agent and or the customer can contribute to?
Yeah, it's a great question. So the notes is actually what is a note on a listing. So it allows an agent and a client to communicate solely on that listing. So I can, click on a note and then it comes up, can we set up a showing for this? I could reply, yes, let's do tomorrow. And I could type in, that, and then they would get an email sent to them saying, Michael, we can set it up tomorrow. But basically, we're sending out information every time they use this tool. The client's getting an email that the note was created. So it's a great way for you to communicate specifically on that listing. So an example here, they've seen it 6 times. Let me make a note. It seems like you really like this listing. Let's go check it out. Another important thing is if my client has viewed something 3 times and didn't rate it, maybe I need to talk to them about it. So again, this the most viewed is a powerful tool because it's giving the agent insight as to what their client's doing. All right, next up is our listings bucket. This is where all of the saved searches kind of come into the dashboard, and that makes it easy for agents or clients to easily see. They can easily rate. One request that we had was that the agents also wanted to be able to rate the listings for their client. So we made sure that the agent can rate them because sometimes agents work with clients that don't have time to rate. So the agent would like to go through. So it works for agent can rate and client can rate. All right, next up is our shared repository. This is where we keep track of all the emails and texts that an agent or a broker sends out to their clients. Now, one thing we did here that was really unique is the ability for agents to resend an email. I had a lot of agents come up to me and say, hey, Michael, I sent that email to that client lost it in spam, forgot it, and now I have to go back to the MLS system, remember what I sent, and do all this legwork. Can you just allow me to resend it? So what we did here is that you can resend any email that you sent or any text that you sent to a client. In addition, you can tell when they're bold that the client hasn't opened it yet. When they're not bold, the client has viewed this yet. So if he hasn't viewed it in a couple of days, you might want to resend it to see if he, looks at it again. And then again, this is our notes where we keep track of the notes. And again, it has this kind of like, we'll show you all the notes. And then we have our mini search management tool from the client dashboard where you can manage your saved searches. You can delete them, you can edit them. And then we also have the search tool right here where they can search.
Tiffany has another question for you. She said, do the sent emails stay indefinitely?
Yes.
So if you worked with them for 10 years, all 10 years worth would be there. Just does it start newest to oldest?
Yeah. So it's dependent on whether the contact is in your address book. So don't delete your contact and it will be there forever.
Awesome. So, but if you do say, I don't want to work with them or whatever, that it'll go away. So you don't have to worry about it.
Yeah. I mean, in my experience, not a lot of agents delete contacts from their address book. It's they usually don't do that. Okay. So once you set up a client with the client dashboard and they start looking at the market and they start looking at listings, now might be the time that you might want to start presenting some neighborhood snapshot data or statistical data. And for those MLSs out there that are looking for a statistics module, we have the answer for you, and that's called our neighborhood snapshot. And I had mentioned that on our dashboard. The neighborhood snapshot has two distinct features. It has a trend line and a snapshot. The trend line will provide a visual representation of the market over a longer period of time, more than a year. The snapshot, what that does, it takes a picture of a certain month or a 12-month span, and it will compare it to the year before or to multiple years. So you're getting that comparison with the snapshot, and with the trend line, you're going to see the trend. So let's take a look at that. So here's the snapshot. And in this example, I'm running a search for Los Angeles and downtown LA. And basically, this is our analytic tab where you'll have home sales, you'll have closed sales, pending sales, new listings, days on market, month supply, total sold volume, sale price, percentage of list price, and then sold price per square foot. In addition, we also have our comparable section where if I wanted to compare maybe 3 years or 5 years, I can compare downtown LA 2021 to going 3 years back, and I could see all those bars there. We also support average and median. We also have a line graph view. We also have a rolling months view. So if you want to roll the months together, you can calculate that data by hitting the rolling months and rolling 12 months. In our snapshot tool, we also provide an additional report, which is our kind of like, I call this the flare report, where it gives you an interactive kind of design where you can kind of zoom in on the market area. We also have this comparable section where you can get this overview. And in this example, you see I'm comparing 2021 to 2020 based on data that I have selected up to November for 2021. So what you're looking at here is all of the months for 2021 compared to 2020. Now I can also see that in a visual graph. I can also see that more number crunching here. But if you have a clients that really like a lot of pictures, want that pretty view or pretty graphs, I would recommend sharing this report with them. And again, all of the neighborhood snapshot is shared by email, SMS, text. You can post it on your social media, and you can embed the link on your private website, or you can create many links to show different market areas. The one thing we did about the social media is that when you share this on social media and they click the link to view the report, there's a button at the top of that page that says contact me, and we call that our lead generation tool. So if you're posting on social media and they click it there and they contact you, that you're going to get that lead right back to you.
But if you post it on social media, does it first of all, does it do all that cool? I maybe it's just me, but I love when the bars move up and down dynamically. I think that's really neat.
Yeah.
If it hits your eye, does that happen if I put it on social media? Will it update the information automatically?
Well, depending on how you want to share the information, but since this is
Okay.
a snapshot,
Mhm.
you're taking a snapshot of that time period.
Got
Now, if
it.
you want the live data, you would use the trend line to show live data, and then that would update. But to give you an idea here is this is what you would send or post onto social media, and you'd have a link, and then it would generate this comprehensive report, which would be the report that you see back here. It would just be
Mhm.
interactive kind of report. So give it a second to load. We can come back to that, but basically it has a contact me button. And once you contact, that email gets sent back to you.
So again, this is included in their base price. This is another
Yes.
product that when you buy one thing, you get all of it.
Yeah. So if you're an MLS that's paying extra money for third-party products for statistical tools, we offer the neighborhood snapshot part of the VESTAPLUS suite.
And
Okay.
can the MLS use this too if they want to do? It looks like they can. Like that's an overall number, right? So if you
Yes.
wanted to do single family for the entire region,
Yes.
you could publish it just to give people a snapshot of what's happening in general in real estate. Or
Yes.
a broker could do the same thing.
Broker, agent. Another thing that you can do is your saved shapes. So if you wanted to use a saved shape, like you drew a complex polygon of a certain market area, you could
Mhm.
draw that. That shape would be displayed here in this little preview
Okay.
window. So
Mhm.
again, this is kind of like the view that we're going to get when they see all this stuff sent to them. Next up is our flyer report. This report is our number crunching report. And believe it or not, a lot of agents love this report because it's very simple. It gives you a simple overview of the total sold volume. It tells you the active and pending listings, and also shows you the closed sales. In addition, with this flyer report, we also have a print plus where you can customize the headers. So maybe I don't want to put all these months. Maybe I just want to put, January to November. I can customize this and then I can update it. And now I've made the title shorter. And then when I preview it, we have this nice preview where you're going to see a bigger photo. So if you really want created branded PDF reports, you're going to be able to brand your picture here with your custom title. But this is, again, a very nice report that a lot of agents have really enjoyed using because they get this really good branding on their report. We also offer, creating a marketing package. So if you want, and you're using the neighborhood snapshot, we offer a cover sheet. You can also attach the analytic, the report, and the flyer and create one big package. And you can also put the name of somebody that you're going to give it to. You could present that. That's going to appear on the cover letter. And again, you can pick and choose. So maybe you don't want to send so much information, you can customize that. But this is all part of the neighborhood snapshot tool. That's part of the VESTAPLUS suite. Now let's jump over to the trend line. The trend line is, if some clients want to view the trend over, a certain market over a period of time. In this, we're showing a trend line for, let's go back maybe 3 years. You could hit update report. It's going to crunch the numbers, and then it's going to show you the trend line for the two areas over the course of 3 years. We've also included something that's unique in our statistics tool. And if you're familiar with some of the other products out on the market, they always give you the last month, right? With our product, we wanted to give you up to the minute real-time data for the current month. So when you check this box off, you're going to run data for up to today. So if like a lot of agents want to know what the market's doing right now, they would include real-time data. Now, when I'm sending this to a client, and if agents are going to send this to a client, I would suggest that you don't do that because you want to give a complete picture to your client, but agents have the opportunity to see up to the minute data. So, if they want to go in November 14th and see how the market's looking for this month, all they have to do is click on include real-time data. All right, and also you can customize this, change your information. We also offer different colors, and you can update all of that.
And I just like to add that from a marketing perspective, the high level of customization that Neighborhood Snapshot offers is really great because it gives an agent an opportunity to stand out. So I personally like to play around with those custom titles for the reports to, when we're creating our own marketing material to promote it, just to show how fun and custom that it could be to your client.
Is it just me or when those bars change, is that really cool? Put it in the chat.
Definitely cool.
I'm a visual learner, I think, so it makes fun for me.
Yeah, and especially during COVID with the market changing so rapidly or prices were appreciating so quickly, And Michael and his team developed this during COVID, right, Michael? So that real-time data is a really useful tool to see what's going on in the market real time.
Like with any product that our VESTAPLUS team work on, it's really important for us to listen to agents, listen to brokers, anybody that really wants to talk to me. I never not answer my phone. I give my cell phone out to all agents, and if they call me, I can answer on weekends. But it's really important for me and the UX team that we identify what the need and the want is of the agent or broker or the association. And once we determine that need, we'll create a series of prototypes, and then we'll go back to that person, show them the prototypes. Is this what you're thinking? Is this how you want it to work? Are you expecting something different? And as we, work with associations or MLSs or agents, we start to get an idea of what will work. And then we go and we test it, and then we develop the products that we want. But it's really important for me and the product team that we, take feedback and we work closely with our clients.
Let me just ask you a quick question about that, Michael. That is not always what agents get from other systems, right? How, do you get love and attention back? Do they thank you so much for listening? And does that come back in good ways when you actually, they say to do this and then you build it and they're like, wow, you actually listened to me. Do they love that?
Yeah, I mean, that's definitely, it's a rewarding experience. We have an awesome help desk. Our help desk is #1 in service. So every time, and I meet with the help desk weekly. So every Friday I meet with them. I go over all the issues that clients or agents are having, and then we put them on the roadmap, and we kind of juggle around what we're going to fix, what needs immediate attention. But it's always like our product team and the technical team is very closely knit with our help desk, and it's constant feedback. And
that's awesome.
Whether it's good or it's bad or it's great or whatever, we're here to listen and we're here to improve. And
let me ask you a question about that. So you work with a bunch of different markets. And I assume you get input from all those different markets, right? How do you prioritize, does any market get more attention, or is it more on the actual functionality and how many agents it'll help?
No, I mean, basically, the overall, when we work with different associations and different clients, they have their own individual roadmap, and then we have another roadmap, and it's, we manage that. That's kind of the product manager and the technical director. We manage how we can work in and deliver different features. But basically, any association or MLS that joins us or works with us, they will have their own distinct roadmap, and we prioritize with them, and it's exclusive to them. And we set developers and help desk and training. Everybody is, tailored just for your association and your MLS needs. And then we have the,
they're not going to hear, well, no other market wants that, so we're not building it. They're not going to hear that from you.
No, not at all.
Okay,
because usually, with what we do and how we build product, it's very important that, we satisfy. We want to listen. We're here to listen. That's definitely for.
And that is why at the very beginning I did mention that we do offer a high level of customization. We're not offering like a one size fits all solution. It's tailored solutions to your local MLS, to your needs. And we have many examples from the associations outside our area that we service, where we've customized the system to meet their needs, because we know what an agent needs in Los Angeles might not be what an agent needs in Chicago. So definitely we focus on that, and customer service is at the core of who we are. Definitely that is where we excel. It's everyone is one phone call away. There's no one too important or too unimportant to answer the call. Any call we received is treated with equal importance. And Annie is our CEO, and I've seen her take numerous calls and treat them with extreme importance. And we always strive to make the system as effective and efficient as possible, because if it's effective and efficient for our members, then it's also effective and efficient for our staff. That translates to less calls for us. So definitely we strive for perfection as much as possible.
Oh, you're muted. Oh,
yeah, that's not an overreach. Perfection. I've worked with you guys, and it's absolutely true. I'm sure, Michael, when you get that call at 10 o'clock on a Saturday night, you're like, okay, I'll listen to you. I might not want to, but I know you will.
Yeah, no, like I said, I give out my phone number to everyone because I like hearing feedback. It only makes us stronger, and it's important to me that I understand everyone's, needs. So I'm not afraid to talk to anyone.
I have to interrupt. There was a question if we can deliver the system in Canada. We can deliver in any part of the country or out of the country. So we will customize it for all your needs. So that's not a problem at all.
Awesome. And Annie, your second language, or maybe your first language, is French, right?
Exactly. So, yeah.
So that kind of sums up our product. Is if there's anything that you'd like me to review or take a little more time in showing, I'd be happy to at this time.
Is there any question? Are there any question that we're?
Yeah, there actually is a question that I'd love to throw. Maybe Annie, you can kick us off on this one.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I don't know. I just think the stuff's really great. I've been really close to a couple of the other tech MLS systems lately, and this just looks so much fresher, newer, more integrated, better workflow. Like, I just love it, right? I'm not making a decision, but just from a user perspective, it looks really neat. Now, the one of the things that, and this may be a tough question, Annie, so I apologize, but you're a newer player, right? You haven't been at this as long. Of course, some of these other companies has been doing this for 20 or 30 years. Or longer. So why should an MLS that hasn't worked with you before, or that's worked with one of those players that's been around for a long time, why should they take a serious look at what you do?
Well, we have been around for a long time. We had a system that was named MLS Pro.
Mm-hmm.
I started with a company in 1993.
Okay.
And, we license different system, a Boris system, if anybody is old enough to remember.
Mm-hmm.
With the GT system, and I was very frustrated with the responsiveness of the MLS vendors and different things that we wanted to do. So we decided to write our own system in-house, and I think we started at least 15. I've been with the MLS about 27 years. So I would say almost 20 years we started writing our own system. And actually, VESTAPLUS is our latest version of a system. We started rewriting the MLS Pro 4 years ago. And we have a couple clients that work with us while licensing the VESTAPLUS from us, and are very satisfied with our customer service. So I feel that maybe there will be a little bit hesitation because we're an MLS vendor. We're an MLS instead of being an MLS vendor. We don't have as many clients, but I think that if you don't have as many clients, then you become a very preferred premium client.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel that as an MLS, we know the customer better than any of a third-party vendor. We are constantly in contact with them. My whole team is in one office. I mean, with COVID, we were working from home, but we still have a lot of Zoom meeting, but right now we are almost all of us back in the office. And we don't even wait, once a week to have a meeting with the help desk and the technical team. If something is somebody report a problem, the help desk manager comes in and talk to the programmer. It's total, it's real-time communication between the team, and we are all, working toward one goal, and it's to provide great customer service, and also the best tools that we can provide. And we have, and I'm not saying because it's my team, but I have an excellent technical marketing, team, and they all work together for one goal. So I feel that the hesitation to maybe, and I feel that because the MLS vendor have been around for a long time, they have more customers, and you feel more comfortable, going with a vendor that has been established. But we have been established. We service over 20,000 agents between our, agent and the association that license the system from us, and we cater very high maintenance agent. So we need everything to be excellent, not only, so I feel that, this hesitation and this frame of mind,
Mhm.
of hesitating to go with us instead of an MLS vendor is, sometimes frustrating because I know we can provide the best MLS system and the best service. So,
Well, I'd love to throw something out as a consultant. I can't help myself with this stuff.
go ahead.
And is there a week that goes by anymore where something dramatic doesn't happen? I mean, just look what happened in the last day and a half, right? Like every time we turn around, there's some major shift in what's happening, who's owning what, how they're working, et cetera, right? And so sometimes I hear MLSs that are like, well, I'm going to hold on to the I don't want to say status quo. That's not fair. Every system is evolving. That's not fair, right? But I want to hold on to the safe bet. And the truth is, right now, I think you got to go for the progressive bet. And again, it's not just about this system. There's a lot of things that are out there like that, right? You got to say, using the Gretzky overused phrase, where's the puck going? And am I there to help my agents and my members do what they need to do, not only today, but as this market shifts, right? It's going to change. The only thing we know about real estate is it's never going to stay the same, right? So whether or not you're ready for a new system of this or any technology for MLSs, right? It's not just about this one. You just got to stay in tune. You got to take a look, and you guys are doing it by being here today. It's awesome. And we all know that it can be not easy to shift agents off from one system to another. So you got to make sure it's at the right time for the right reasons, all of that stuff. But just my advice, again, not about this product, but just in general, don't be afraid to try something new, because at the end of the day, you may significantly leap over one of your competitors, or importantly, just stay relevant because people are like, wow, that MLS is listening. They're trying to make my life easier. They understand how busy I am. And whether it's this or showing software or CMAs or any of it, just take that for what it's worth. Just stay current, I guess is my point.
And I feel that, any of the association of MLS who choose to license our software becomes a partner, and they help us make the system better. If there are any tools that a certain association would like, and we did that with the two associations that we service, we will build it for you. And then we will integrate it into our system. And I feel that, we take part in your MLS committee. We have one product manager who will be meeting with them every month. But also, as Michael said, we are really on call 24/7. Everyone has our cell phone, my cell phone. Sometimes they don't even call the office, they call straight to my cell phone. And, so we're very, very responsive. And
Awesome.
you can give us a chance, you won't regret it.
Okay, so if someone likes what they see and wants to learn more, where do they go? Are you going to be at NAR? Do you have a booth? Should they call you? How do they get back to learn more about what you're doing?
So we are going to be at NAR, and our booth number is 2304.
Okay.
So if we like to have a private demo, we will, provide that to you. And we can come wherever you are and make a presentation to your leadership. We would love to do that at any time. And, whatever is convenient for you, we will accommodate your needs.
So they could call Michael directly or Ren with those numbers.
Yep.
Sales@VESTAPLUS.net if they're not going to be at NAR. Some people are still not there. And I did want to offer to all of you guys, thank you so much for attending today. RE Technology is having a really fun party. We're calling it the Back and Better Party, because don't we all need a party after being locked in our back bedrooms for 2 years? So I'm going to send invites to all of you that are here today as a thank you for being part of this, and hopefully we can see you next week.
Thank you so much, Marilyn. And yeah, it's our cell phone numbers on there. So feel free to call us at any time, even on the weekends. We'd be happy to talk to you one-on-one, and definitely stop by our booth, even just to say hello. We'd love to meet new people and show you this system in person.
Okay, booth 2304, be there or be square. Okay, thanks guys.
Thank you. Bye.